Now, the video you're going to watch is a video about what men actually feel when they're falling in love, the emotions that men have when they're falling in love. They don't have anger, they don't have rushing, they don't have projections. And in fact, a lot of the times it's subtle emotions that they're not aware of. The more aware they are of those emotions, the more likely it is it's a projection, and the more likely it is to arise and fade away pretty quickly. So we're going to talk about that in this video. And don't forget, people, hit the hype button, hype this video up, hit the like button because I know you guys forget, and comment, say whatever you want. Just tell the algorithm my videos are nice. And we're having seminars in New York City, LA, and all across the country. Just click on the description down below. It says it's December 8th. It's really December 12th of December. I just put the wrong dates, and we're no December 13th. I just put the wrong dates and the editor is fixing that. So just click in the description down below. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be December 13th on a Saturday. And I'll see you guys inside. Let's start with the video.
Okay, perfecto. Yeah, okay. Now, understand this. This is not about falling in love fast, okay? Anyone that likes you and falls in love fast is not real love. What's really going on is that they are regressing. They're regressing and reliving traumas. And let me give you an example. When you have a bad day and you have a really stressful day, your brain relives it in your dreams, right? When something is so intense, your brain keeps processing it. And if it's too intense, it keeps processing it without stopping because the emotions are too intense. And so you get what they call arrested development. A lot of the times when we're children, our needs are not met. And because of that, we can't fully fall in love with someone. All we could do a lot of the times is trauma dump. So be careful. Anytime somebody tells you that they love you within the first month or two, it is toxic, right? This is not what we're talking about. In fact, if somebody does that, the solution is just to step away and do what I like to call just control the pace by slowing them down. You get a lot of benefits by saying, hey, motherfucker, calm down. You don't know me yet, right? So just do that. And sometimes what you'll notice is that they'll pull away, they'll leave. And the reason why is because they just really want to trauma dump. They'll feel awkward about it. So that's my first thing. Don't get flattered when they do that, okay? It's not love. What you really are is you're a symbol, right? You're not you to them. You're a symbol of the past. And all they do is sense anxiety. They want your validation, but in reality, they're not really looking at you. They're traumatized. They're seeing the world through a squinted gaze, a fog of emotion. They're seeing a ghost, a projection that comes from their insecurities. So never accept this, all right? I tell guys this, if you find a woman who's trauma dumping on you, slow her down. Because if you slow her down, she will like you more, right? So with that being said, let's begin. And by the way, we're having seminars all across Europe and the United States this summer and next year. If you guys want me to go to your country or you guys want to get notified to attend the seminars, just click on the description down below and join the email list, right? Because I'm gonna tell you guys when I'm having one. The next one is gonna be in New York City, 100%. We're having one in London for sure, and one in LA for this summer, in Los Angeles. So if you guys want to attend, just sign up for that list, and it's first come, first serve because it's gonna be limited space. And we're charging around $50 to $75. It's gonna be 2-day seminar, first day on meditation, and then the next day is gonna be based on what I feel like it's needed. So it's gonna be really fun, okay? And I'm gonna allow you guys to take pictures with Father Alex. And the people in Europe, y'all, I'm going there too, okay? Now, let's begin. The first thing that they'll feel is a huge surge of dopamine, okay? But the thing is that dopamine is not just dopamine, right? And we're gonna talk about it later in the video, but it's also oxytocin. But it's gonna be that surge of dopamine, and then after a while, after a few weeks or months, it's gonna go to boring time. So in fact, when people are in love with you, yes, the initial infatuation, but then they start to feel you as a family member. You have a feeling of familiarity. And that feeling of familiarity is something that is like a test stress, right? Meaning toxic people who never had a good example of love will find this to be boring, will find the acclimation process to say, and if they're dopamine driven, they'll look for more dopamine people, meaning somebody else who could give them that new feeling, right? But falling in love initially has a crazy newness, but the most important part is that it feels like a normal part, like your hand, right? Like the fucking hand. Imagine you lost your hand, all right? And then imagine for some reason your hand pops out of nowhere. Now you have a hand. Initially, it's like, oh my God, I have my hand in there. Oh my God, that's crazy. But then what happens after a few days? Oh, my hand is there. Oh my God. Oh, my hand is there. Oh, my hand is there. And so how you treat things in life, how appreciative you are, how you're able to connect with others will be an indication of whether or not this relationship will last, because most of the time it's boring time. And remember, boring time isn't like you're bored as shit, but that you're able to enjoy simple things together. You're able to enjoy drinking coffee together. You're able to enjoy cooking food together. Boring stuff, not sex, not going on vacation, not going to a restaurant, but being able to have simple moments. You don't need them to be rich. You don't need them to be old and rich. You don't need them to not take you to McDonald's. You can enjoy simplicity with them. You don't mind going to McDonald's with them. When you fall in love, everything is exciting. Everything is exciting. Going to the fucking park is exciting with them. Watching a movie, it's exciting with them. All right, so that's to me the most important part. We're gonna talk about that later on in the video. Let's continue with the video. The next part is that people open up. This is when the guys will tell you have a small dick. This is when people start to show you the depressive side, their dark side, but more so their vulnerable side. And this is a very natural process because they get comfortable with you. And that causes people then to fall in love with you even deeper because they are able to be themselves and you haven't left. They're able to show you their creepy side, right? So that feeling of comfort is so vital and so critical to a relationship. If you're not able to be your worst self around them, to be your loser, boring self around them, it's not gonna work out. You gotta be okay with showing that you could cry, that you could get depressed. Like when I was dating, when one of the people that I date anyways, she saw that I had a problem. Like she saw there was something wrong with me, and she suggested that I go to therapy. And I went to therapy actually. I actually listened. I was like, you know what? I'll go to therapy. Right? It was because I when you're around someone long enough and you feel like that they appreciate you, you're willing to show that side. Right? And so this side, this feeling is really, like I said, is regressing. As a child, you're okay with showing your weakness. You're okay with showing your vulnerable side. And when you fall in love, that's what happens. You become more open. You become more comfortable with showing them your creepy, needy sides. But remember, you only show that in the beginning once they're falling in love, right? Like I said, the guys with small dicks, you only show your small dick once she's in love with you. All right, let's continue. So the first thing that people feel, and honestly, I put jealous. People feel really jealous about you, but that's not all, right? Because sometimes when people fall in love, that's when people experience their repressed dark side. So you may notice the person is really healthy with you, but as soon as they fall in love, a shadow comes out, right? A shadow side comes out because our shadow side is mostly felt by our family members because we feel comfortable. So a lot of the times these people might get jealous, overly possessive. And what's worse is that the more we love someone, the more permission we have to be aggressive. So you gotta be careful. Some people get jealous, some people get aggressive. And if you are really insecure, you're gonna find these things as a sign of love, right? Understand that the jealousy is there to protect us men from paternity certainty. The jealousy is there to help women keep their guys. The aggression is there to protect what's yours, right? But when you have traumas, everything is at 100. And you may not notice you're going too far. Maybe you saw your parents be possessive, and so that you feel like it's permissible. That's generational trauma. Easy there, creepy, right? So you gotta realize that sometimes they will feel jealous, but it can't be too much, right? And unfortunately, if we're highly insecure, we're gonna find this flattering, and that's a trap, right? And in fact, people who are in abusive relationships, they misinterpret this the most. So jealousy, and And usually when you're first dating people, you don't feel that, right? And that's healthy, okay? So the next thing is a desire to make you happy. And this desire to make you happy comes with a sense of insecurity. What do I mean by that? Well, you want to make them happy. And naturally, we all feel like we're not enough. So we do more. And it's when people start acting romantic. Understand that romanticism comes from a place of insecurity. I don't want you to leave me. I want to impress you. I don't feel like I'm enough. And so people get romantic. Like it's something that looks, low self-esteem, but it's a natural process. And usually this comes with action. Though this causes people to have better memories, so they'll remember your birthdays, they'll remember the special dates, they'll remember that you like a little bit of spicy food with this, like they'll remember the details, because when you feel insecure because you don't want to lose them, because you value them, your brain naturally becomes romantic, right? That's why people say that people only get romantic, people only start to impress you when they feel like they're losing you, and that's why, right? It's a evolutionary mechanism. So the next thing is a social validation. Now, this is you gotta be careful with this, because people, when they find someone that they love, they not only feel validated from them, right? It's a huge dose of dopamine to get validated by someone that we like. But we also feel validated because we feel like we're finally belonging. We're finally not out. We're finally normal, right? And that's actually a very healthy thing, because people are proud to be with you. They'll want to be seen with you. Just like the aggressive and too much jealousy, when people are insecure, it turns toxic, because now they want to show you off on social media, right? And the problem is that it invites flies. It invites cheating. So on an average level, this type of social validation they get because you're a cute couple is normal. To the highly insecure, to the traumatized individual, they need way more validation, to the point that it's toxic. And that's why they say that couples who show off their relationship the most are the unhappiest one. The more you need validation from the outside, the less validation you're getting from them, right? So there is a healthy amount of validation, but it shouldn't be so much that they need to get validation. Your validation should be enough. And this is where the next type is that rather than getting social validation, when people fall in love, they just focus on the validation. The healthier they are, the less they need social validation. So that's why you got to be careful with people. And honestly, you can look at them. The more somebody posts on social media, the more they post about their relationship, you could almost certainly believe that they're not happy. It's one of those things about human nature. The more you post, the more unhappy you are, So that's one thing. Social validation. And this, honestly, this comes when you have family members that are chismosos. So you kind of like get happy that they're finally shutting the fuck up, right? So that's one thing, social validation. And the last one is you feel secure and, ladies and gentlemen, like a crackhead. See, that's a crackhead right there. What do I mean by that? Uncontrollable urge to see you. Uncontrollable urge to be with you. They can't stop thinking of you. They get unhungry. It's their whole life revolves around you. Now, there's levels to it. A healthy amount of crackheadedness is around here, right? Where they think about you a lot, they want to be with you, but they're able to do work. Your absence, yeah, they get sad when you're absent, but it doesn't make them think you're cheating. There's no insecurity, right? The problem is that when they're really crackheads, have you seen a crackhead that doesn't get a hit of crack? That's a dangerous motherfucker, right? Where if you don't validate them, if you don't do exactly what they want to relieve their crackhead anxiety, they might get aggressive, they might cheat. They might get really jealous. So you gotta be careful. Some people's inner crackhead, when they're in love, is really toxic. Some people's inner crackhead is not toxic. It's a healthy amount of addiction. Pretty much what I'm saying. It's an addiction. It consumes your thoughts and emotion. And the last thing is that you feel secure and you feel oxytocin, a deep connection. And this is why it could get addictive, because when you are not connected with yourself, when you're unhappy, when you have low self-esteem, you can use a relationship to heal yourself. That's actually a real thing, honestly. Like if you're in the process of healing, a relationship can be healthy, but it has to be the right person. Because if you're going out with fucking Bob the toxic motherfucker or Jennifer from the Bronx, it's not gonna help the situation. So the partners you pick have to be aligned with what you want, right? So remember, they feel a sense of oxytocin, and understand that some people are incapable of feeling this. And wanna know why? Addiction, selfishness, and more. Yeah, addiction and selfishness. Selfishness is ambition, being too ambitious, right? And you could tell because some people are having an unhealthy level of ambition. It's an addiction. Honestly, it's an addictive personality. Got to be careful with people like this because they're in love with you, and they'll only express the love for you in your absence. That's not what you want. So it's not that some people don't feel it, but the way they show it is what matters. Some people, the way they show love to you just doesn't fit with you, right? They don't express love. They like love but at a distance. And so you have to understand that just because they feel love for you, it's not enough. Their love language has to be compatible with yours, right? For example, if you date a porn star is gonna be okay with you banging someone because they know it's business, right? That's their love language. They're okay. They understand that. But you can't speak to some people like that. They're like, wait a minute, what? You're gonna bang that dude? And that's not business. What the fuck? Right? So you gotta be with someone that speaks the same language, has the same emotional culture to you. And because that compatibility matters more than the mere fact that they love you. Like that's really a real thing. Okay. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know how, from your experience, what do you feel when you're in love? Like for me, I feel a happy, fuzzy feeling, a happiness. I wake up in the morning, I'm happy. I don't want to close the channel. And honestly, I think about ways of making them happy, which is this one. And me, I'm naturally someone who likes to give, right? So I want to give to you. Based on your love language, based on their love language, is what they're going to feel, right? For most guys, for example, when they're in love, a lot of the times they feel power because they're finally getting validated by someone that they like, right? They feel a sense of power. Women will sense fucking softness. I don't fucking know, to be honest with you, right? Honestly, women actually, they feel not power, but social validation or inclusion. Because for most women, a lot of the times, what bothers them why they're not in a relationship is because their friends are in one, or their family members that are chismosos are constantly asking them, when are you going to be in a relationship? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. And don't forget, we're having seminars all across the country. Sign up by clicking on the description down below and signing up to that form. And I'll give you guys updates about it. Okay? Take care.
If you guys enjoyed this video, check out my new course, The Commitment Formula. You could pre-order it right now and you can get it at a discounted rate. This course is meant to help you get out of situationships. This course will help you to get into relationships, to get commitment. I mean, I've gotten a bunch of testimonies of women getting married, even having kids. I mean, a woman came up to me. They're like, "Look, Father Alex, this is you." I'm like, "That's not Father Alex, okay? Father Alex is a spiritual thing." And like, "No, no, I have a kid, and because of your channel, I applied what you did, and now I have a kid." I've seen countless of stories. As toxic as you guys might see me, these strategies work to get commitment. Purchase it right now. There's no gimmicks, there's no games. This is meant to allow you to get the guy that you want, get married, and have kids, and you don't have to watch any other channel after this. Okay? And if you don't like it, just get your money back. Look, this is gonna be the best course I'm ever gonna make. And that says a lot. This is gonna be the best course I'm gonna make. So pre-order it right now, or else I'm gonna have to close the channel. And don't forget, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org right here and book a one-on-one phone call. Take care.